Sight Solutions. And I'd like to talk to you a little bit about how to size a mouse for your hand and how to choose a mouse that's going to be functional for you in the workstation. We've had a lot of people ask, what size mouse should I have? Should I have a big one or a small one, or what should I do? So I've laid out a bunch of different mice here, and I want to show you first off how to size it so it's comfortable for you, and second off how to choose between a trackball or a mouse or some of the different options out there. So when you're choosing a mouse, it should fit in the palm of your hand comfortably. So you should just drop the mouse into your hand. You should be able to grab it without having to squeeze your fingers in too tightly. And you should be able to grab or click the buttons and use the scroll wheel without reaching really far or having to contract your hand. So they do make mice in different sizes. This is a travel mouse. For me, it doesn't fit my hand. It's really small. I'd have to use a lot of extra effort to try and grab it like this. And then I can't really easily hit the buttons without kind of crunching up my hand. So this mouse for me would be way too small, unless I'm doing a lot of traveling, in which case it might work because it's less weight and it's easier to carry. But to use on a regular basis, it's going to be way too small. They do have sort of the standard mouse. This is what usually comes with your keyboard or your computer when you get it. Ideally, it's going to be neutral bias, so it's the same shape on both sides. So you can use it in your left hand or your right hand. Again, you shouldn't have to squeeze it too hard, and you should be able to reach the buttons easily without having to reach too far. If you have a bigger hand, you could look at something like this. This is a Performance MX mouse by Logitech. Has a definite right-hand bias, so you can't really use it in your left hand. It should just fit comfortably in the palm of your hand, and then I can rest my hand and very easily click these buttons and use the scroll wheel. There are other styles of mice. Contour makes this mouse. This is a Contour mouse, and they come in different sizes, and you can probably see here they start getting larger. So if you have a smaller hand, you can get the smaller one. That fits pretty well. Like this. If your hand is bigger, you can get the medium size, or if you have giganto hands, you can get the really large one. You want to make sure that it's comfortable and that you can reach these buttons with your hands being relaxed. This one has the scroll wheel over on the side, so you can kind of scroll with your thumb as opposed to wiggling your finger here. So those are some general considerations on mice. There's a whole bunch. Microsoft makes them, Logitech makes them. There's a lot of different companies that make them. A lot of people like using a trackball, and what they've done there is rather than move your shoulder like this when you're mousing, they've flipped it over, and so your hand is stationary and you're just wiggling your fingers. You're using the ball to maneuver the pointer as opposed to moving the whole mouse base. So these come in different sizes. This is a Logitech mouse. What I like here is the mouse, the ball itself is centered, so you're not reaching from one side to the other. It's right in the center, and there's click buttons on either side. So it's very easy for you to maneuver the mouse and then either press with your pinky or your thumb to right click or left click. These do come in different sizes. So this is I call this the Super Ball size. This works pretty well. They do have a larger ball, which is more of a cue ball size. I actually like this one a little bit better because you can move more your whole hand like this, where with the smaller ball ones, you tend to plant your wrist and isolate the small muscles here. So I like the larger ball where you can do something like this. This one also has a scroll wheel around the ball. You can see that there. So if you're scrolling through a lot of documents, you can just kind of do this to move up and down on the screen as opposed to doing this sort of thing. So those are trackballs. I like the larger ball, and I like the ones with the scroll wheel built in because they seem to be a little bit more functional. One that I don't like, and a lot of people will get, is this one. And what they've done is they've combined the worst of both worlds. So with this one, you would plant your wrist here. It tends to go into a little bit more extension than we like because it's got this shape to it. So your wrist is in more extension. You tend to put more pressure there. And then the way that you operate it is you isolate your thumb and you wiggle it like that. And very quickly you will tire out these muscles. So I like the trackball. I like the large ball because you can move more from your shoulder as opposed to isolating the small muscles of your thumb. There are a few other things that you can think about when thinking about mice. We've had a lot of luck lately with this. This is called the Evolent mouse. It's a vertical mouse. And what it allows you to do is keep your hand in this position when you're mousing as opposed to this extended position. So you're holding it more in this position. You tend to move more from your shoulder and you're not putting pressure into the carpal tunnel here. So these come in small and large, and they come in the right and the left hand. We saw one woman who was left-handed. She had a right-handed mouse, and so she was trying to click with her thumb, and that obviously didn't work. So they actually do make a left-handed version so that it fits your left hand, and you can use it that way. And again, you're taking pressure off of the carpal tunnel and the nerves here. The last thing I wanted to show you briefly is the roller bar mouse. And what they've done here is they've incorporated the mouse into this bar right here. And so you roll and slide this to move the pointer on the screen. And what that does, it fits right up against the edge of the keyboard. So you would type here, and then when you mouse, you're mousing from here. And you can click by pressing the central bar, scroll from here, or you can program these buttons to be single or double click. So here you're typing and mousing, typing and mousing. The advantage there is you're not reaching out over the number pad to get to the mouse. Everything's kind of in this central location. So if you have limited space or if you have shoulder issues, you bring everything in so it's not as hard to reach. So if you have any questions about which mouse would be best for you or how to use the mouse that you have, please give us a call at 925-377-0199 or check out our website, which is siteergonomics.com. Thank you.